Bitch, I'm God, I'm the Alpha and Omega. I'm the ancient of the days. I'm the Rahman Rahim. And you don't know where I come, you don't know from where I came. All you know is I am one with many aspects, different names. Then one day the thought formed into a word inside my brain. Then I said let it be. Then next thing I heard a bang. Then I split up into infinite dimensions with a chain. Now we're all interlinked. We are a one and the same.
All right, I want to talk about the marijuana business. You know what I mean? We see a lot of people, a lot of us, you know what I mean, smoking marijuana for years, in jail for it, sitting there still doing time for it. And now the boom is across America. It's getting legalized and we see other people making money off of it. Talk about the marijuana business, where it's came, where it's evolved to, and how we can kind of benefit on that and getting into that business now that is booming.
Hey! Oh, my dogs are fighting.
Oh, shit.
Hey! Hold this. Governor!
Oh
Governor!
Sorry, hold on.
Right.
Sorry, 1 second.
Are you good?
Your dogs be fighting sometimes.
No, marijuana business. How can we benefit off the marijuana business right now that it's booming, it's popular, and we ain't going to jail for it?
I mean, it was way easier when it was illegal. Oversaturated, it's taxed. You know, there's just so much regulation on it. It ain't the same game. You know, it really isn't. So, you know, once something gets regulated, that's when it becomes more expensive to do, less margin, more competition, more money that you have to put up. It's not an easy game. And I'm seeing people investing. I ain't seeing so many people really killing it like that because it's just it's a lot of competition. So, you know, don't expect just because it was fun. Like, it's easier to sell liquor than to sell and grow weed because you got to grow weed. You know what I mean? A fan break, you fucked up if you're growing. You know, if there's too many microbials on it. If it's not cleaner than food, you fucked up in certain states. And then there's seed to sale. So they track every bud till it gets smoked, and you have to pay for that tracking system. Then there's taxes, and then you have to pay for the license, and then you have to build the shit based on code. This shit was rough. I was in it. I was like, fuck all that. It was fun. It was way more fun selling weed when it was illegal.
So it's not as lucrative as people think?
I don't know. I haven't made a whole lot of money doing it. I know it's a big business. I see funds and all that stuff. You know, it's a new opportunity, but it's just at this point, for me, once everybody's hip to it, it's too hard. You 2 for 5s. So, you know, if you asked me that 5-10 years ago, I had a different answer for you. I was in it. But, you know, honestly, truthfully, for me, it's too oversaturated now. For me.
Would it be smart? Would it be smart
for me to like have ancillary things like the trays and, you know, if you have a genetic and you can license it, then yeah, that's easy. But actually physically growing it, fuck all that.
Do you invest in stocks and stuff? Would you invest in the marijuana stock? Would that be smart?
Right now, I just invest in me.
Word.
I ain't got time for that shit. But I know that it's lucrative and people should learn it. It's just not a game I enjoy playing. I only do things that I would do for free. I only get paid to do it and like, you know, right. Like if I love basketball, then I'd be a professional basketball player. You know, if I love playing video games, I'd be a gamer. You know what I mean? I just do the shit that inspires me. Because again, I only work on my dreams and my dreams become my job. And then that never feels like work. So you got to find your dream and get so good at it, something that you would do for free, that you do it all day long till you're better than everybody. And you can't look at yourself as a professional at it until you're making money, until it's paying your bills.
Right.
You're not a professional until you're making money at it. Just because you got something like a business, it don't mean necessarily that it's a professional business. A professional business, sometimes you lose, you have to invest, and then you get to a place where you sustain, and then you make profit. And you have to be able to do it for years. That's a professional business.
Right. Can you talk about the importance of passing the plug? I hear you say that often about, you know, when you're learning something, you know, a lot of us don't put other people on. Could you break that down for us?
Yeah, nobody passes the plug. It's like they protect the plug, but they never want to help. So, once certain people get in position, they be like, oh, I don't know the boss or whoever it is that can help you number. They don't pass the plug. And I think people should do that. I pass all my resources. I don't see the purpose of hiding it.
Now break it down as far as the what you're doing with the streaming and your network. Could you break that down? Could you pass the plug, to us or the people who's looking to do that? What was the process of getting into that?
I mean, you could always white label it and go to someone that already makes it, but you have to populate it with your own content. Me, I got with some app makers because I wanted to architect one that doesn't exist. But, having an app means that you're in everybody's pocket. That means everybody's phone becomes your spot, your block. And if you have work to click, there's distribution. So there's no reason not to do it.
Power to flip. Talk about that. Grabbing income, flipping it, and reinvesting it. Is that still something that you hold true?
Yeah, that's what I do. I flip. So, if I make some money, I put it into something else so I can make double. I buy weight or do it at that level, or I inject it in a new company so that it can make more. So one company started here, it was Rockefeller, then it was Rockware, then I did Rachel Roy, then the next thing was DD172, Creative Control. Now I'm at television networks. It all came from a flip. The money I made from Rockware, I put into Rachel Roy. The money I made from Rachel Roy, I put into Dame Dash Studios. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The music was my first flip. That was my ounce. I flipped that, made it an eighth at Rockware. I flipped that, made it a key at Rachel Roy. I flipped that, made it 20 birds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all been a flip. So after I make this money, I'll probably invest in something else and start all the way from scratch.